Hello, everybody. Happy Elul 9 this evening. All right, are we ready for the wake up call? Scares me. That is so cool. I just love the shofar. Okay, hope you are all awake. So, what are we doing today? Charity and Teshuvah. Charity plays a big part in the month of Teshuvah and the season of Teshuvah. Charity should be, a big part of your whole year of your life. But again, during Teshuvah, things are done intentionally. So if you're not a giver normally, this is a me world. Now is the time to be intentional about it. Even if it's something little, you can start with something little, like opening a door for someone. So what does the Bible say about charity? Let's go to Luke 6:38. Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So, what you reap, you sow. You've heard that before. Well, it's true. It says, one of the scriptures is, the Lord loves a charitable giver. And, in the beginning, again, if you're not used to doing it, like the 40 days of Teshuvah, we can be intentional givers, even, I don't really want to do that. Do it anyway. Because then you change. You start to learn to be better at it. And then when you start to reap the rewards of it, you say, really, it's better to be a giver than a taker. And that's so true. Like for those of you who are parents and give away presents. We love to give away presents because we love how our children, oh my gosh. Well, it's the same thing with anything charitable, you know, um, especially when you do it for someone you don't know. I remember just giving a lottery ticket to a cashier at Stop and Shop. You would have thought I gave him $1 million. Little things, little things. Okay. Now, yesterday we were talking about the two greatest commandments. Well, okay, so here we get back to, we go to Leviticus 19:9 through 10. Love your neighbor as yourself. What does it have to do with? Oh, charity. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field right up to its edge. How come? Oh, neither shall you gather the gleanings after your harvest. How come? And you shall not strip your vineyard bare. How come? Neither shall you gather the fallen grapes of your vineyard. How come? You shall leave them for the poor and the sojourner. I am the Lord your God. We're supposed to be giving to the poor. And the poor can be poor in spirit. Just spending, you know what charitable giving is? Spending time with someone. Going to a nursing home. I mean, not now. That's probably not the best place to go. And they probably wouldn't let you in anyway. But, if it wasn't COVID, there's a lot of old people that have no one visiting them. There's so many things we can do. It's like you think, oh, what can I do? I can't change the world. Yes, you can. One small act of kindness can change. Who knows? Once if you put dominoes in front and there was 10 dominoes and your little charitable giving is the first domino, 10 other go down. But perhaps the thing that you're doing that's charitable has 500 dominoes. So that first thing, boom, 500 go down. We don't know what we do in the spiritual realm when we do one act of charitable giving. It means a lot. It means a lot. So, what can we do? I remember I thought I was such a nice person. I was a Girl Scout leader, always did charitable things, but I don't know that I ever really, I did them from the heart, but not like I do now. I had to be very intentional when I got born again when I was 47, and I started watching Joyce Myers, and oh my gosh, she cracks me up. But I listened to her, and a lot of the things she did, I started to do, and one of the things was putting away your shopping cart, no matter what, rain, snow, sleet, whatever, you put it away. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Just because there's somebody that's being paid to do it doesn't mean you don't clean up after your own mess, right? What about when you go try and clothes? Oh, I was infamous for this. I didn't bring my clothes out to the front. There's somebody for that. Clean up after your own mess. But also, you know, the person that might see you do it, why are they putting that why are they putting that away? I remember one time I was in the CVS parking lot, and one thing that Joyce always said, you never know who's watching you. And when you have the ability to do something charitable or do the right thing, when somebody notices or they say something to you, you let them know where it comes from. So it was, my foot was killing me. It was raining out, and it took me a long time to not. I had to do it intentional. Put that grocery cart, shopping cart away. In the beginning, especially mostly in bad weather, and because I had bad feet, and it was always extra for me to do it. But I did it, and I remember limping back to CVS, coming back to my car. It was raining, and this man unrolled his window from a van and said, "Why did you do that?" And I said, "God bless you." We let them know where it's coming from. That's important. That's how where the hands and feet can come through one one charitable act, one act that is just what you're supposed to do, a, something right, cleaning up after your own self. But not everybody does it. That's why it's important for, if you're a believer, to do the right thing. It's not always easy, but like I said, like in the 40 days, you do it intentional, and in 40 days, something can become a habit. So start doing something starting today. That'll become a habit. What about in your neighborhood? You know, I am not physically able like I used to be, but there are some houses. I've been in my house for about 16 years now, and I remember this one manicured lawn. It was gorgeous. And about 4 years ago, it started looking really terrible. And my first inclination was, I wonder why they don't take care of their yard anymore. And then as I got older and I could do less, I'm like, oh, I bet they got old. And all you got to do is look around your neighborhood. You know, charity isn't just about giving money. Not for nothing. I mean, it's hard to part with your money, but here's money. Something that's physical is you're going to give a lot more of yourself, as far as I'm concerned. So you can look in your neighborhood, see if there's any elderly. Sometimes they're sick, they had surgery, whatever, and they need help. Get your kids to go over and clean up their yard, take out the garbage, something. Obviously, if you're young kids, make sure you have, you want to do things cautiously, of course. But right in our own neighborhoods, we can be charitable and, you know, maybe change your neighborhood, and by small acts of kindness into a godly neighborhood. Who knows what'll happen? Who knows what the Lord will do with that? You know, um, I have a very good friend, Janine, who's on the Bible study, and she does food trains. I want to call them food trains. You sign up, and she gets people to sign up to bring food to people, like she did for me when I had surgery, and my husband worked all day, and he was tired. He had to take care of me. Oh, I was quite a burden. He wouldn't say that, but I felt like a burden. But he's my husband, and he was wonderful, took care of me. But the last thing he wanted to do was cook, but he had to do that a lot for me too. But you know what Janine did? She went and got a lot of my friends and her friends, and they signed up, and they cooked food for me. And she does it for a lot of people. And it's not something she does through the church. She might have started through the church, but she started to do on her own. Any friend that needed help, she went out of her way to do it. And I know she was never intentional about it. She just did it because she's just so kind. And that's the thing. You start to do things and it changes your heart. You start to become kinder when it's not just about you anymore. So, the season of Teshuvah, let's try to be kinder. Let's try to be more giving. Let's do things on purpose. Let's help out people in our neighborhood. It doesn't have to be across the world. It doesn't have to just be money. I was in this group one time, and they always talked about what we were going to do for people, yada, yada, yada. 2 years later, never did anything. Just talked about it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. When Jesus saw the little girl in the well, he didn't pray about it. He just got her out. Certain things you don't have to pray about. If it's right, it's right. and this is a season of charitable giving. Let's start now. Okay? Love you all. Bye bye.